time in, the water balloon are the pause for the next video, are the explanation of the 15-minute, it's just dissonance, like, like not what they say in Ohio. It is what it is. You got hit with the water balloon. You got towed by a sloth named Raspberry. And Raspberry has caused a lot of damage to people who keep abusing her. And me. But less and less police, less and less fire trucks get involved when, the person who got hit by a water balloon doesn't go over and, kick the crap out of them with like a black mask on that they put on because they're like, oh, that is fascist. You just messed up my $100,000 banana taped to the wall. And now I'm broke. Death. 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 I don't get nervous with death. I had cancer, I had surgery, I had a tumor that almost suffocated me to death, like flat out, just in the back. I mean, just ready to freaking like shut that pawns off. There's not really benefit though to it's like the His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he's working towards his death, not working like, oh, I'm gonna get there, but like being prepared and ready for a peaceful death and dying. No pain, no suffering, no worry. The emotional confusion right now in the world has to do with what you're wearing, what you're saying, what you're doing with your body, Racist white nationalist, not okay. Definitely rude, definitely gonna hurt someone's feelings. Way too scary. Way, way, way far scary. Are you okay? I need to call the ambulance. Okay, do you need emergency assistance? Why aren't you talking anymore? You were being rude and emotionally insensitive. "911, there's somebody that's giving me a stink eye and I'm getting scared they're gonna come over and they're gonna start to stink in my face." On our way, Like, wow. Did you hear that? Wow. Hard to have a wow in such a just, it's like consciousness. I've heard before talked about like a kickball maybe, or a bouncy ball, and it's like for people maybe that's a little autistic too, because their consciousness doesn't have as much to do socially. But for me, I was always like, yeah, I'm being an astronaut. It's like, yeah, I'm Neil Armstrong, dressed up, did my wax museum project for school and got an A because I cheated with my parents helping me on my note cards. They did, not me. But I looked good. I was ready to go up, up, and away. And not being freaked out by, maybe some autistic, people are a little freaked out by consciousness and they just like stuff real basic and real minimal. But I built an ashram, so, I think it's pretty evident. I like stuff. I like, I like to feel like I'm doing good in the world, I support, government, I support, revolutionaries. But not the violence, not the takeover, the energetic approach to the world. Not just staring across and staring across and staring across and then staring the other direction, the other direction, the other direction, but saying, no, let's get rid of climate change now. But you can't have either choice only, like just going like government, 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 like the old days doesn't give the same kind of up-to-date analysis that psychological cognition does with psychology and psychiatry, and partly with philosophy. With technology and information and data now, not only everywhere, but with quantum computers they're making to figure out, AI and algorithms and what can help and not do nothing. But taking over causes people to die. Che Guevara, China and Tibet, Mao. Culturally and, ethnically, like for some people, a source of excitement and emotion, progress, to get rid of the old and get the new, more sophisticated and better people who are in charge of the world. But simplifying, mixing, and, having a more whole world has to do less with systems and processes and less with people telling each other what to do. Not absolute, but with recognition for our achievements as a world, our progress since we've worked like heck, and some of the side effects, climate change, like, good gosh, I studied tribalism, and I am only willing to be homeless because I know eventually I have the strength and the motivation and the inspiration to not be a part of the primitive tribal identity culture. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, this, king, queen, dominatrix, drug dealer, and his girlfriend. Body systems and processes with the brain and the mind limited to controlling the body in front of the elders and the, people selling the substances and the chemicals, and the women who survive making money off themselves. Sex, prostitution, trafficking. People who say, I want to be polyamorous with 30 boyfriends and 40 girlfriends. A civilization normal in the old days. No technology, just a traditional standard reward system, stimulus, food, reward, nutrition to help the body go to work the next day, to do farming, to do hunting, to do work in the world. Smaller, village, community. Bad and good, and some benefits along with the revolutionary kind of ideological, philosophical, political activism and decisions. Lights and green ashrams, glasses, that are affordable. A device like my iPhone with a camera that I can make my school application with and share with friends and family. And people who just flat out want to know, does that guy just talk to himself all the time? There always sounds like there's someone else in the room, and all he does is complain. You can solve the problem by giving the information, by giving the data. And so you can solve the problem with the other side of the argument, being more focused and concentrated and less willing to compromise. No open borders, no North Korea threats. In the social parts where, you have some random meeting with Kim Jong-un, you have some agreement for trade to make stuff better, but you don't just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until there's only one victor, one winner. There's a duality, a winner and a loser, but a world gives humans with bodies and brains and minds a place to grow, love, think, have thoughts about flying in spaceship to outer space and Mars and the moon. And the courage to make these kinds of videos and not be in a classroom yet for school and have a professional accreditation. Beneficial and more progress, though, rather than just being argumentative and limiting. The end.